Make sure that you do yourself first and your school and your parents proud what you have achieved. If you have given it your best shot, be proud of it.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। मैं हूं नाजिया FM 107 से एंड वेलकम टू द शो कॉल्ड करियर कंपस नेविगेटिंग द फ्यूचर। दोस्तों, आज मुझे आमिर खान का वो डायलॉग याद आ रहा है जहां उन्होंने कहा था कि कामयाबी के लिए नहीं, काबिल बनने के लिए पढ़ो। पीछा सक्सेस का मत करो, एक्सेलेंस के पीछे पड़ जाओ। आज इस एपिसोड में हम भी एक्सेलेंस की बात करने वाले हैं। दोस्तों, आज का हमारा जो टॉपिक है वो है एकेडमिक एक्सेलेंस। इसे किस तरह से स्टूडेंट्स अचीव कर सकते हैं, इस टॉपिक पे बात करने के लिए हमारे साथ एजुकेशनल एक्सपर्ट मौजूद हैं। आप प्रेसिडेंट हैं DPSMI स्कूल के, मिस्टर यासिर नायनार।
Hello Nazia, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you, and thank you for having me on the show.
प्लेजर टू हैव यू सर। ओके, हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं ग्रेड 10 के CBSE के टॉपर नवीन मणिकंठन। सो वी वुड लव टू वेलकम यू। हाउ यू डूइंग?
हेलो मैम, आई एम डूइंग गुड।
तो सबसे पहले तो हम आपसे ही शुरुआत करेंगे बिकॉज हमारा टॉपिक ही यही है एकेडमिक एक्सीलेंस। तो यासिर, प्लीज टेल मी, हाउ डू यू डिफाइन एकेडमिक एक्सीलेंस और कौन कौन से फैक्टर्स हैं वो एक्चुअली कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं इन अचीविंग इट?
So I believe that academic excellence is that which helps an individual to come out of school, pursue higher education, and actually make meaningful sense out of both the school education as well as the higher education. And when you step into the world of careers, or to pursue your own business, or to even to do social work, you need the academic background, and I feel it's like a lot of information that you carry with you that you use in the world, the big wide world. Today, when I look at myself, as maybe some people call me successful, and I also feel some of the success that people talk about. I look back at what I did in school, what I did in college, and I ask myself, was I academically excellent? So I feel, yes, there was some excellence in what I did, but also wherever fortunately I studied, the schools encouraged me to not only be academically proficient, but also to practice other things like the extracurricular activities or the sports, and also put together a complete perspective of life in front of me, where what I studied in my books is actually relevant to what I see in the outside world. When schools can put this thing to the child, where the book knowledge or what they study with the teachers or what they study in the books actually becomes relevant for them when they step out into the big wide world, that is what I call as academic excellence.
What is and what was your routine, or do you follow any set routine, and how do you balance your study time and your leisure time?
So about my daily routine, it actually varied from time to time. So initially, when there was like a lot of days before the exam, I used to just revise what the teachers used to teach me, and then I used to make sure and try to clear all my doubts and leave no doubt pending as it is. And then like 1 to 2 months before the exam, then I gradually increased my study hours from like some 6 to 7 hours a day, and started revising the subjects regularly. And then my usual day routine would be like, I would come from school to about 3 o'clock, and then I would like take a power nap for 1 hour or something, and then I would start studying my important subjects for like some 3 to 4 hours, and then I used to take 1 hour break with my family members, and then I used to just like spend some time doing hobbies, and then I used to go revise and complete my homework.
Okay, Naveen, tell me, how did you allocate your time to each subject?
So I just spend most of my time for the core subjects like mathematics, science, and social science. And then languages, I used to just give like 1 to 2 hours a day or something like that.
And where you start your revision?
Revision was mainly from like 1 to 2 months before the exam.
1 to 2 months before the exams. Tell me, how do you see the approach of, assessing the ability and the potential of students through grade?
This is a very hotly discussed topic, and I leave it to the experts, those who form curriculum and those who form the examination patterns, to decide the best way through. However, we are going through a phase of testing out both ways of qualitative and quantitative assessments. What is common knowledge, or what makes sense to a common man in this world is that anything that can be quantified is easily understandable. Qualitatively, if you present, okay, Naveen has got a very good understanding of mathematics, but then somebody else, maybe Praveen, has got also a good sense of mathematics. But then if you want to know between Naveen and Praveen who are the better, who has understood maths better, then you need a quantitative method. So it's always a combination of qualitative and quantitative assessments that will provide the proper picture to anybody looking at a student from his mark sheet and saying that, okay, he knows so much of the subject. Unfortunately, these mark sheets don't matter after you have received your college admission. Okay? Once you get into college and you start doing what the college curriculum is, these marks are only a stepping stone to, or a gateway into something that everybody aspires for, which is to get into the best universities and the best colleges in the world.
How do you view the fail policy?
Usually, the way fail is structured today, it is somebody who has really made no effort to learn. That is one, and also it is attributed to people who are proper learners. They don't have any learning deficiencies or any learning disabilities. Their cognitive abilities are so good that they can actually learn, but they have not spent that much time in academic learning, and that's why they have not scored. So I would say the failure policy as it stands has to be there, otherwise there is no motivation for children of that age to study and to gain that academic content, because we as adults know that the academic content that they are getting in the school is important for them.
Naveen, tell me, how do you minimize your distractions?
I just take a break regularly when I'm studying, and then I have some hobbies, and then I go to play out regularly, so it doesn't affect much. I go to play football every day.
Okay, how would you like to define the role of your parents?
They never pressurized me to score this much or like that. They just told, just give your best, and whatever comes, we have to accept it. From initial stages, they kept telling me about the importance of education, and that just motivated me.
Okay, Yasir, tell me, what role do schools play in fostering an environment to students to, help them to nurture and such a way so that they can go forward for academic excellence?
Yeah, academic excellence, as in the rigor of academics. Of course, all schools are doing very well nowadays in promoting that by way of. There are now changed techniques also. So there is a query way of building the knowledge. So instead of giving the information to the child, you actually ask a child a question and ask them to come up with the answers. So instead of giving them answers, you get the answers from them, from their common knowledge, and then you supplement that common knowledge with more specific information, more specific knowledge. So this sort of what they call it as a flipped classroom method is quite successful, and that's also bringing in the academic excellence that we are looking for, and that also helps to build this interpersonal relationship, especially between the peers in a class of students.
Okay, tell me, Yasir, how important is timely feedback to students?
It's very important. I would say two feedback mechanisms, what we practice in our schools. One is the teacher giving feedback to the students. And feedback is not only, that, oh, you didn't understand this, so this is how you should have done it, or this is how. It's not only that, but it's also trying to give feedback, take feedback from the child of what made you think that this is what was being taught in the class, So then we can, as a teacher, correct the way we are teaching. So there is a two-way feedback that is going on nowadays, where the teacher is explaining, what went wrong in the way you have compiled your classwork or homework or the answer to an examination question. but also they are querying from the child, why did they come to that conclusion, what was missing in her teaching or his teaching that made them think this way. So that back and forth querying is happening, and that assessment, I really love it, and it's really creating a lot of positive ways of improving the teacher's performance in class. The other one, what many schools have started and practicing very rigorously, is peer-to-peer teacher observation and feedback. Okay, so that's another assessment that teachers are getting. So not only the student is getting assessed, but also teachers, like the head of department of English would go to an English teacher's class, observe the class, give her feedback, and it really helping to formulate the right teaching strategies to understand how the subject can be taught in different ways.
Tell me, what were the challenges you faced while preparing for the board exams?
The language subjects like English and second language, they were a little bit tough to study, but gradually it was fine. Actually, there was not much.
There was nothing as such. Okay. So tell me also, while writing the paper, the board papers, how do you manage your time? Or if you can talk about the time management techniques while writing the board papers. Yeah.
So first of all, like while seeing the paper during the reading time, we'll get an idea of the difficulty of the paper, like whether it's easy or moderate or tough. So, and if it is easy, we must not get like too much excited, so that and we could make careless mistakes if we get excited. And while it's tough also, we must not get like scared and all. We must always try to give our best during the board exam. And like when we are writing the exam, we must try to not get distracted about any other thoughts or all that. And we should utilize our time effectively.
One piece of advice to all the students who will be appearing for the board exams.
So firstly, you guys have to like pay attention to all the classes regularly and try not to miss any of them.
Okay.
And then just get your doubts cleared at once. Don't just like keep the doubts in your mind. And then be consistent always. You cannot like study everything in the last moment or something like that. So you have to study regularly, and then just be relaxed and calm.
Okay, Yasir, how would you like to conclude this topic?
I would say that academic excellence is a hot topic for all, whether it is educational institutions, whether it is parents, students, and also most of the struggle, I believe, happens in schools. Okay, universities are benefiting from the push of academic excellence in schools, where they get to see the good graduates. And if you have a good research center and a good university, you'll always get the excellent students coming to your university. So most of the work is being done in schools to push the children, or to make the children think in the right direction towards academic excellence. But where we probably are missing the crux of the matter is that we need a partnership, a strong partnership. And I always believe in a partnership between the school, which is the school management or the teachers, or whoever we call as the school, the student himself or herself, and the parent. Okay, this triangulated partnership approach, tri-party agreement as they say, this tri-party agreement will help us to move academic excellence in the right direction. Because in the developmental stages of a child, 0 to 7, you have that child who's looking for love, from the parent side, and all their body features are getting developed. And nowadays we have this issue of those developments getting affected because of gadgets. So like, for example, we have a large number of small children starting to wear glasses and getting eye problems because they're looking too much straight into gadgets, when their eye actually needs to develop and grow. So the gadget time has to be reduced for that age group, and there are a lot of issues around that. And that's also, I would say, a part of this academic excellence journey that we are trying to cover. Make sure that you do yourself first, and your school and your parents proud of what you have achieved. If you have given it your best shot, be proud of it. But if you haven't, then make sure that you are on the job now, trying to push yourself to do your best in the board exams. All the best to everyone.
एक्सीलेंट, थैंक यू सो मच. बहुत शुक्रिया यासिर कि आपने टाइम निकाला और इतनी अच्छी अच्छी बातें हमारे साथ शेयर की. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you, Nazia. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, pleasure. Thank you so much, Naveen, for sharing such
Thank you.
valuable insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you.